What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Colts franchise video. It hasn't. Last week was bad. That's all I can say. We're going to move on from last week. We're still negotiating with Quentin Nelson, who is definitely kind of demanding a lot of money. We're going to do this here. And there we go. Quentin Nelson is locked up, which means out of everyone here, we're moving on here to Okereke. We're going to boost his salary a little bit and see what he thinks. Now he wants a bonus to be improved. Okay, so we'll think about where to go from there. One thing that has been brought up is that maybe we think about trading a Jadeveon Clowney, or even I would say the main one is Jadeveon, but the thing with that is he's been playing pretty well, and I think the drop-off between him and our next guy is a lot. But we do have Toure, who we signed as a backup, who has not been seeing the field. And so I would really like to consider maybe we go and shop Toure. The suggestion in trading Clowney was for a coverage linebacker, or some picks. I do think I would not trade anybody for picks at this current moment, because I'm trying to use this window where we have Carson, and we have some older players, not super old, but older, that I would like to try and use their current state. So I don't think trading for picks would be in my interest, but I do like the idea of trading maybe for somebody either coverage-wise or in the secondary. Obviously, we traded, here we go, for Greedy Williams. He has not played exceptionally well. He has honestly struggled a little bit, but I think he is doing well enough where I wouldn't mind keeping him on for a little bit. He's also very young. But somebody who has struggled a lot is Rock Ya-Sin. And thinking about why he has struggled, it's because he is very small. Not, super undersized, but he is 6 feet tall. So he's playing outside against bigger receivers when he really is more of an inside type guy. But we have Kenny Moore here, 85 overall, and he is our slot cornerback. I mean, he's even smaller. He's 5'9", so it's not like we can bump him outside. We're going to have even a worse disadvantage if we bumped Kenny Moore outside. So Kenny Moore is firm in that type of his status there. And if we look here, what do we want? And I think it's the stamina for the cornerback and all that makes this really important. So we're going to do that. I don't think so. We're actually going to go back. We're going to get the discount. I forgot to grab that. So that's kind of the last thing we're going to be doing there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to check out the trade center and see if maybe we can trade either, if it gets to Jadeveon, maybe Jadeveon, but Toure, and see what we can pull off here. So let's see. Okay, so here we are with our first attempted trade. I don't expect this to go through, but Toure and Rock Ya-Sin for Jair. We're swinging for the fences with this one. I would be willing to throw in a pick, which I'm expecting. I just want to kind of gauge interest, and yeah. I don't want to throw in a first because we did not have a first last year. I would be willing to throw in a second for Jair, but that's not even going to be close. So this first one falls flat. We want to swing for the fences, see what we could do, but obviously not even close. All right, we have another attempt at a big-time player. This time it is Marshawn Lattimore, who has more interest. Okay, so what if we throw... Okay. So we do have an opportunity here with Marshawn. The thing is, we're not going to get it done with these players. So what if we come here? I did not really want to trade Jadeveon. What if we threw Jadeveon in here? Okay, so we got Jadeveon. This is going to be a big trade if we do it. Rocky Sin we can throw in here. And now we throw in... Let's try a third first. Can we throw in a third here? Okay. What if we throw in a second? Okay. I don't think a first would get it done. But I don't know if I want to trade a first for this. I'll trade a next year's first because maybe we can get that back at some point. Okay, we have a huge trade. We traded Jadeveon Clowney, Rocky Sin, and a first-round pick next year for Marshawn Lattimore. Our secondary has been struggling, and Jadeveon's played well. I don't think that we can overlook the fact that Jadeveon has played really well, but he hasn't done enough. I would say he was an average pass rusher, but this is a huge trade, and I can't believe we just pulled that off. But now we need to think about who is going to be playing in Jadeveon Clowney's spot. Okay, coming over to the free agency market, we are going to sign Alden Smith here. So he has the best pass rushing package, just stats out of everyone on the open market. So he's going to come over on this team. But we made a huge trade, an incredibly just blockbuster trade. So if we look at our roster now, Alden Smith is at that right end spot, but I think Teray can bump over. We paid him some money, and I think Alden Smith is more going to just be a backup. So we're going to actually come over here, and we're going to bump Teray to that right end spot. And then if we come here, Alden Smith, you can just go to the left end just for depth so they don't cut somebody and sign it. And then I think that's kind of what we're going to go with. You can be number 90, placing Grover Stewart there. So we've made some big trades this year. So now we got Teray at the right end spot, Alden Smith there. But if we're looking at the cornerback spot, Marshawn Lattimore is here. He's not going to be rocking that number 14. But he's only 26 is the thing. He's only 26, so he has room to grow. He has 2 picks on the year. And if we look at his contract, we have him for the next 5 seasons. Yes, he's a little expensive, but that's only this year. The rest of his contract is very good for the amount of production we're going to get out of him. So now we have a legit shut-down corner, and I am beyond excited. So I'm overjoyed with this one. But yeah, I'm going to figure out Marshawn Lattimore's number, and then I'll be back. All right, we're back. Marshawn Lattimore, at least for this year, is going to rock number 7 for us. So he was number 2 at Ohio State and in high school, which is obviously Carson's number. But also 23 is Kenny Moore's number. Look over at Carson. I wanted to look at his contract really quick. So we got him for 3 more years. And I don't think he's going to be here that long. I'm just going to be honest. He probably won't be here as long as those 3 years. I would say at most, I would expect him to be here 2 more years. But if he is here for those 3, then he is going to be here as a backup. Chargers, looking at their roster, Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Chandler Cox, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Russell Gage, and William McLeod, Hayden Hurst, Rashawn Slater, Matt Filer, Corey Linsley, Will Hernandez, Brian Balaga. So pretty decent O-line. And we have a new revamped D-line without Jadeveon Clowney, Justin Jones, Jerry Tillery, Sheldon Richardson, Malik McDowell, Joey Bosa at left outside linebacker. So a little bit of a change up here. Kenneth Murray, Drew Tranquil, and Nwosu at right outside linebacker. Asante Samuel, Garyon Conley, and Jason Winston here. So we're going to really want to attack this secondary. It's very young, and they're not the best. Monsieur Adderley and Derwin James. one thing I do want to do is make sure our depth chart is okay. So Pearson can come here. Make sure our slot cornerback group is chilling. This is fine. And then rush left end, it's going to be Kwity Paye. Who do they want at right end? They want Deo. Interesting. The best finesse move is Toure. But the best overall is definitely Alden Smith. So I think I'm going to go with this. Toure, Alden Smith, and Levi. And then here, I'm going to go Alden Smith and Levi as well. And then if we come here at our left end and right end, we're going to switch Alden Smith and Toure. And then Levi can come in here. Alden Smith and Levi there. And we are all good. What a time. What a time for this team. But let's hop into the game against the Chargers and see what we can do. Okay. We're hopping into this game. It is a lot. And I'm kind of glad we're kicking off first because we get to see what this new look defense is going to look like. In the end, Jadeveon had 5 sacks in 6 games, which I don't think anybody is going to argue that it was bad. Honestly, it was really good. The thing is, our defense has been struggling, and so we felt like the depth we had at D-line was going to be more important for us in, being able to maintain some of that pass rush versus, our secondary was really struggling, basically. I just whiffed with Lattimore there. He's way faster than I was expecting. But, our secondary has been struggling a lot. We've been letting up a lot of points. So Jadeveon, although he's a good pass rusher, hasn't done much. And I don't know. Overall, I think time is going to tell whether or not this was a good trade for us. Obviously, we have Marshawn Lattimore for a long time now. At least 4 more seasons. We also have to think, how is this going to affect our cap situation? There's a lot to think about. But I think overall, I'm fine with this. This play has become our go-to, though. And I'm just excited to see how this plays out. But hopefully, after this enormous trade, we can start making some big-time plays. And maybe this is, the type of trade that gets us over the hump. It is very rare that you see a free agent acquisition get traded in the same year he was signed. But that's exactly what happened. And I don't know. Other than that, I don't imagine us making many trades after this. We've already made 2 trades this year, both in the secondary. One obviously brought us Greedy Williams, and then we also have our new acquisition. That's unfortunate. New acquisition of Marshawn Lattimore, but enough talk about the trade. It is now time to see what we can do. Offense not doing overly horrible, but that last play was not ideal. Catch it. Thought we could have a little bit of a big body play there. We're going to just kick this field goal. And I mean, nah. I don't know. Yeah, 53 is fine. I was thinking about going for it. Ooh, this one might be off a little bit. And he misses it. He misses it. Oh, no. Goggles making too many TikToks, I guess. Not a great start there. But what are you doing? Okay. I didn't even know Dare Center was in the zone already. Good for him. Oh, my controller. My controller's dragging. My controller's dragging. Okay, Marshawn is more of a man corner, I believe. So we're going to have to start playing a little bit more man. I don't know what happened there. He got entirely beat off the line. But safety comes, helps us out there. We're daring them to run right here. And that's why. Because we can navigate those running lanes. That's not going to be a great punt at all. That's a 20-yard punt. It's actually an 18-yard punt. And the Saints are 1-5, so that may have been the reason why they were willing to trade away Marshawn. Getting that first-round pick may have been huge for them. Thinking about maybe entering a rebuild, thinking maybe they could package... That was a tight window. Maybe they could package that deal to move up this year and get a quarterback. So, a lot of questions about the Saints, but they just got Jadeveon. Maybe that'll help them, maybe it won't. Either way, we are happy with what we have here. I also think, I know I said I was done talking about the trade, but we have to think about the implications of the draft now. I'm thinking maybe we move away from corner. You know, corner was probably going to be one of our top targets, at least in the first round. Maybe we think about, you know, getting a pass rusher now to replace Jadeveon. Maybe we get focused more on an O-lineman with Njoku just outrunning everybody. But yeah, maybe we think more about a lineman. You know, we signed Eric Fisher, who was honestly not in our plans this year. We were very content with letting Eric Fisher kind of, you know, just walk. And we were going to get somebody in the draft. Couldn't get anybody. And so he ended up coming back as kind of a stopgap. He went after Teron Armstead, another Saint. Could not get him. So we have some options. All right. Bosa coming off. Making our life a little difficult there. We're going to drag DJ Chark now. Okay, come on, Carson. Come on, Carson. Walks in for the touchdown. And there we go. I mean, we really got to win today. After making such a big move in the middle of the season, when you are leading your division, one of the top teams, you know, that was only our second loss. So making such a big move is making a big statement. So we'll see. There you go, Teray. His first play really being made, I guess. You know, he had some good pass rush last year, though. When he got time, he ended up playing pretty well, which is why we did re-sign him. We thought, honestly, he was going to be our starter coming into the year because we did not really expect to be able to sign a Jadeveon Clowney. So when we re-signed him last year, we really did think that he was going to be the one to take in and take over that spot. Chase him down. Oh, not fast enough. We got in there, but Austin Eckler just outruns us, really. Okay. There we go. Come on, Lattimore. Okay, man. I can't have you making those plays. If we're trading for you like that, man, we can't have you be getting beat. Let's go, Greedy. Let's go, Greedy. Let's go. Secondary making plays. Basically his first big play. You know, maybe he's saying, you know, feeling a little disrespected that we went for another corner. I don't know. He's firmly in that number 2 spot now. Our secondary, starting off this year, looks a lot different than how it was at the beginning of the year, or starting off, yeah. At this point in the year, it looks a lot different than it did at the start of last year, is what I'm trying to say. Carson, can you fit that in there? No, it was on the run. Honestly, lucky that was not picked. Okay. What a punt! What a punt, guys! Who is this man? Rigoberto is a Pro Bowl punter. He is an all-pro punter. So many times he is punted in a position where we are just, you know, this is, oh my God. I thought it was a safety. I was going to say, where he helps us score points. This man is insanely good at punting. One of the best in the league, if not the best in the league right now. Alrighty. That's 2 times in a row where we could have stopped him pretty easily and put them in really bad position, but unfortunately we were not able to. Come on. Oh, good tackle. And there we go. This was a punter's 3 and out here. And now he's punting from his own end zone, which is going to give us pretty good position. If we can get the blocks, we got decent blocks, not the best. Either way, we are across the 50. Let's get Jonathan Taylor more involved. Got away from that last week. Something I did not enjoy. Made our life a little more difficult. There we go. Can you stop? I urge you. I urge you. I implore you to stop. Okay, we got to get ready to turn up field. Juke! And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. We were up 7-0. Marshawn Lattimore, meh so far, I would say. But I would also like to say Greedy Williams made a play. And maybe we can attribute that to Marshawn Lattimore. Also, Nyheim Hines walking into the end zone. He has had a much bigger part in this offense these last couple weeks. And Rodrigo misses the extra point. His worst kicking game by far. Missed a field goal earlier. Now misses an extra point. Not great day for him. Some kicking woes are definitely apparent. Alrighty. Good handoff, Ndamukong Suh. I also would like to say that you're talking about secondary being different. This whole defense really looks different because the D-line had Grover, Stewart, and Jadeveon Clowney. Now it has Ndamukong Suh. Ah. And Teray. But at least Teray has been here since the start. But Nagin Su has played really well for us. Kind of a stopgap there. And on cue, we get pressure from that interior. You know, you just talk about it and they decide they come out and they want to play. Are you serious? Come on. Marshawn! Marshawn, you're making me look bad with that trade, man. You're making me look real bad with that trade. Let's look at that. I don't know what happened there. Okay, he's here. He's in position. Boom. He just gets turned around because I hop onto the user, which is really what messed him up. But come on, man. You got to make that play. A lot of broken tackles today. Oof. And here we go. 3rd and 7. Come up, make the tackle. I'll take it. That's going to hold them to a field goal, I believe. Definitely a lot better showing so far by the defense. Very happy. I would say 3 points at this point of the game is good. But again, the Chargers have not been playing the best. You know, even though we did lose last week to the football team, I would say that we have to remember that they are a good team. Like, they were 3-2 coming into that game. So it's not like they were bad. It's not like we lost to a, you know, an 0-5 Texans team or something. They were good coming in. That being said, I still feel like that was a game we should have won, which is why we went out and made some moves to, you know, shore up some of the... I'm soulless. Shore up some of the holes on our defense. Don't know what happened there. We're just going to ignore it. We're going to act like it never happened. Alrighty. Got this mesh. Granson's my go-to, but we're going to get Sullivan instead. Good for him. Seeing Joey Bosa at that linebacker spot, it's an interesting, you know, position that they're putting him in. We're going to try a little bit of some fanciness here. Whoop. Whoop. He is so fast. If we could have cut to that outside. I've never run that play before, so I actually did not know how it was going to go. I thought it was going to be longer developing. If he could have got to that outside, though, like Naheem Hines is, I don't know. That second hit may have stopped him from getting the first. He was definitely going to get that first if there was no second player. Second person. Okay. Running it here is obviously the move. But I kind of want to pass it. I'm going to pass it. TY. Let's go. Let's go, TY. Oh my god. You're so slow. But you still get in for the score. Let's go, TY. We saw it. We identified that they were going to come out and just embrace run defense. So we switch it up, get the audible at the line, we get those slants, and TY was gone. What a play. What a pass. What an overall drive. Now we're going from a blowout last week to, you know, maybe we're nearing a blowout this week. Oof. Thought maybe we could get a pick. Did not work out in our favor like that. Okay. No pass rush. What is happening? What just happened? What is that? I just got juked out of my shoes at the end too. Hayden Hurst, insane play, breaks tons of tackles, and then jukes Julian Blackman at the end to score. And just like that, I said we were entering blowout territory. Now, we're in a game. And they said, anything you can do, I can do better with those long touchdowns. So... tried to hit a hole, did not really get anything there. Unfortunate. Okay, good catch, DJ Chark. He's kind of slowed down recently. He started off really hot. Hasn't been doing, you know, as much in recent weeks, but he's still been playing well for us. We're just going to let us run it up. Bring it down to a 3rd and short one. Basically on the line. So I fully expect us to be able to do something here. That's a good cutback. Team Hines. I've really liked how he's been playing lately. I'm glad we have him for a while. And that's a sack. Drew Tranquil in for that. And now we're kind of in a shitty position. I'm going to slant Pittman. I don't like him going that deep. He's open. And there we go. Now we got a 3rd and 7. We are not running a QB draw, though. I'll tell you that right now. Naheem Hines. Carson Wentz, bud. That was a wide open receiver you missed. I don't know if you noticed, but not the best. Also put too much power, tried to lessen the power, and it was still too much. All right, Garyon Conley coming off, Austin Eckler coming in. Just don't really know what happened there. All right, so my camera has decided it stops working out of nowhere, so we're gonna go through the rest of this game. You know, just like this, no camera, just gameplay and audio. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're down to the 2-minute warning here. Alrighty. We're gonna bring up a 2nd and 9. They're going to hurry up here. Navkin Sue. Good play by Darius Leonard, but it goes right into the hands of Keenan Allen. That was just right place at the right time for them. And unfortunately for us, did not work out in our favor. Good bump and good hit there. Okay, they got a minute left. I'm kind of letting them drain this clock because I would like maybe to have the clock force them into a field goal. I'm not if Hayden Hurst all of a sudden becomes super good, but now he is hurt. And that may be a big turning point if he's not able to return because he has been their best receiver so far. Alright, they take their 2nd timeout. They got a decent amount of time left, 47 seconds. one timeout at the 6. They do have the opportunity for one more first down, and they are basically already there, so they don't need much. And we get a sack there. DeForest Buckner, 10th of the year, and he is a big reason why we were comfortable with getting rid of Jadeveon, because between him and Ndamukong Suh, who have really been dominating this year, we felt comfortable in that they could provide the needed pass rush. I say that as we get no rush right now until Kwity Paye gets a sack. You know, Kwity Paye, I have criticized time and time again for not getting pressure. Obviously, that is a coverage sack through and through, which could be attributed to our, acquisition of Marshawn Lattimore. But Kwity Paye gets in, gets the sack, and I am overjoyed with that. So we are gonna, oh my God, this controller. Today has not been the day for the controller, I guess. So we're gonna get the ball back. We have 6 seconds left, so we're gonna kind of do what we did last week in returning the ball, maybe to run out the half, but otherwise we are not super, concerned about getting any kind of play going. So we're just gonna let Jonathan Taylor take this into halftime for us. 3 seconds left. And Jonathan Taylor takes us into half. So we are up 20-13. And we're going to see if we can hold on to this lead in the second half. All right. Coming back from half, we're going to return this kick. There we go. I thought we could have gotten some, maybe a better block there, but we get tackled. Not a horrible return. And Jonathan Taylor, as we always say coming out of the half, needs to be a focus for this half. He is, by and large, our best offensive player. So. Ugh. Okay, lucky that was not a strip sack. Okay, we're going to try to get to Michael. That was red all the way. I honestly had tunnel vision on that one. That's a 3-and-out to start the half for us. So I say Jonathan Taylor should be a bigger part, and then I only run the ball with him 1 out of 3 plays. And that's kind of, how it goes. Alright, we got Okereke here. Big hit, Darius Leonard. That's Russell Gage, who hasn't had a huge part in today's game. But maybe they are looking to change that for the second half. Quite honestly, the Chargers' passing game was not the best. It was really that big play by Hayden Hurst that set their numbers where they are. Because other than that, they were largely, shut down. So kind of impressed with what we've been doing. But again, Hayden Hurst is really showing us maybe that we made the wrong trade. The comment section did say trade for a coverage linebacker, and tight ends have been kind of eating us alive this year. But I don't know. I didn't see an opportunity for a coverage linebacker to come in and play a lot. Because we run... when we get those sub linebacker spots, we already have Darius Leonard and we have Okereke coming in. So who do we replace out of those two? I couldn't really see myself, replacing either one of them. And I like Malik Harrison too. So overall, I thought a corner would be more impactful. And maybe we have Zone Hawk on Okereke. Maybe we start, letting him be more of the, AI-controlled one, and we start using Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard is the worst coverage linebacker out of the two, so maybe that's where we start trying to do our best there. I don't know. We're going to see what we can do there. and just overall try to get better in these covering these tight ends, because they've really been giving us fits. And that's a sack. DeForest Buckner with another one. And while Teray has not done much, I don't think we've missed Jadeveon too much. Getting some good pressure. That is a catch by Keenan Allen, but I'll take that. We're going to kick a field goal here. We're going to get the ball back with about 5 minutes left in the third. And ideally, we're going to get a scoring drive here that can take away the rest of the third. Here we go. Kenneth Murray with the tackle there. Gonna run on second down here with Jonathan Taylor. We got a 3rd and 4 here. DJ Chark is open. That's going to be a first for us. Alrighty, that's going to give us more opportunities to run some of this clock out. We're not going to put on shoot clock. It's the 3rd quarter. Just not going to do that. But we do still want to try to get as much as possible kind of out of this drive. Naheem Hines out of the backfield may be a good read here. And he is. I mean, if you're telling me Joey Bosa is going to be the one covering Naheem Hines, I'm taking Naheem Hines, 10 out of 10 times. He may not win all 10 out of 10, but I'm going to risk it. Good run. There we go. And I believe that's a first. Naheem Hines again. Maybe for those in your fantasy leagues, been picking up Naheem Hines lately. He's getting some good reps. I'm sure he's in a 32-man fantasy league for sure. He's a viable running back for those kind of leagues. Run. Outrun him. Outrun him. Oh, Carson had to show off some of the wheels there. And I think when we eventually replace Carson, one of the things we're going to have to consider is mobility, because we do run, Carson has limited mobility, but we still run with him. So I think if we get a really slow running, or really slow quarterback, that may not be the best for us. And Carson's up. Another good run. Here we go. Naheem Hines down to the 1. I think it's time to pull out the classic goal line play. Full back dive time. Let's go. Penny. Come on. Come on. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. That was a very long play. Okay, so that didn't work. We'll pull out Power O then. Big question is, if we do not get this, is it 4-down territory? Doesn't matter, because we got it. Jonathan Taylor in for the touchdown. And I know it was not perfect. We have not reached the 4th, but we basically got rid of that whole rest of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to put the Chargers in a very, tough spot. Down 2 possessions. There you go. Good read. And that is going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, entering the 4th, up 11. It looked like it may have been a, runaway game for us. But, it just didn't end up being that way. We saw it, couldn't come back fast enough. That seems like it is the tale of a lot of our, just a lot of what happens with us nowadays. And there you go. Marshawn Lattimore with the coverage on that one. Good play by him. Only thing we do have to also consider is he is a star def. So we eventually want to try to get him up to a superstar def and maybe even an X Factor. Because that would be insane for us. Okay. This drive is the knockout punch drive here. After we saw the tight ends were kind of covered, there was no chance I was throwing. Just being completely honest, there was 0 chance I was throwing that ball after the tight ends were covered. And Jonathan Taylor, some hard running. We're going to get halfback Lamb up in here. Not the best blocking by Njoku. Don't expect him to be a great blocker. Good shed of the tackle. That's a good first down. This is his drive. He is getting the ball. So is Nyheim Hines, now that he's in. Him and Nyheim Hines getting the ball. That's what's happening this drive. That's another first. We'll get a little bit of pass play mixed up in here. We don't want them entirely keying in on the run. There's still 7 minutes left, so want to keep them honest, at least. That is a good tackle. I don't know who that was, but that was a great tackle by them. Saved the first down and puts us in a tough 3rd and 1. They probably know what we're going to do, but they still can't stop it. And Jordan James comes in and tries to kill Jonathan Taylor. That man should be arrested for murder. Manslaughter, attempted murder, whatever you want to call. Because that was malicious, insane. But we are running it down their throats right now. And they cannot stop it. Stopping us on this drive was kind of their last hope. And they couldn't do it. Jonathan Taylor, let's go. Good over the middle. I don't know how Marshawn Lattimore was involved in that, but he was there. He existed. Come back. Ooh! Good play there. And the offense is celebrating. A good comeback after struggling last week. Putting up some good points. And he is wide open there. Also, a little bit of a late hit there. But I'm not complaining, man. Oh, so close. So close. Oh my God. Come on, guys. We really got to start catching these. I know it doesn't really matter now, but in the grand scheme of things, those could be game-changing plays in a close one. Nadamaketsu. Alrighty. We got a 3rd and 6 here. Good tackle. Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, he played a lot in New Orleans, so I don't know how happy he is to be in Indianapolis, but he is on a much better team, so he may be excited. Being able to compete for a championship. We were in the Super Bowl last year, so there may be some appeal coming here, which is why we got some of these players for how cheap we did. So you got to think playing with Peyton Manning as your owner may be nice, knowing that you're going to be in an organization that really has the players on the forefront of what the organization wants to do. And Will Hernandez is hurt after Ndamukong Suh absolutely destroys everyone. The interior of this line is insanely good. And we may be running into... Hold on. 3rd and 18. He gets 17. Oh, he gets 15. That looked like way closer. May have a little bit of an Xavier Rhodes situation where we want to resign Ndamukong Suh for 1 year. Just to see. Either way, they try to run it. That's going to end the game. You know, Carson hasn't had much passing since his initial big-time start, but that's okay because we're just running the ball now. He hasn't needed to pass it. Alright. I'm going to run the ball here, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning after this play. Okay, so we're about to be at the 2-minute warning. And so this is going to be good for us. So 3rd and 4, we obviously could pass it and try to go for the first, but I don't think it really matters. We're going to do this, and then we're just going to punt. I was going to let it run out, but I guess on 4th down it doesn't run out, so we're just going to run the ball, because I don't care. We go for it, and we end the game. Honestly, I was just doing that to let the clock run out. Because I knew it doesn't run out, or I know it doesn't run out when you punt the ball. And so I wanted to ensure that the clock would run out, and I was just going to take a timeout. But I just ran the ball anyways. Alright, this is going to be the last play of the game here. Rashad Penny is in. And it makes me question, did Jonathan Taylor get hurt and I did not see? I'm a little concerned now. I wasn't concerned when we saw Naheem Hines, but now I'm concerned that we saw Rashad Penny So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Either way, we are coming out of this one with a huge victory. A good bounce back game for us. Obviously, the trade is going to be at the forefront of everyone's mind for the next couple weeks while we try to, really figure out, did we make the right decision? Should we have kept Jadeveon? And if we start losing, and it's because, we can't get any pass rush, that's going to be a question that comes up. But Carson goes 14 for 26, 219, and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 23, 126, and 2. I don't see any injury sign next to him, so that's a good sign. 1384 and a touchdown for Nyheim Hines, 5 for 28 and a touchdown for Carson Wentz. 78 for T.Y. and a touchdown. 53 for DJ Chark, 31 for Njoku, 29 for Nyheim Hines, 13 for Granson, 2 pancakes for Quentin Nelson, 17 tackles for Darius Leonard, 8 for Okereke, 8 for Marshawn Lattimore, 4 TFLs for Okereke, a lot of people here with 2 sacks for Buckner, 1 for Kwity Paye, 1 for Ndamukong Suh, and a interception for Greedy Williams. Overall, great game. Let's see if we have any upgrades. All right. For one of the very few times this year, we actually do have an upgrade coming out of a game. It's for Kwity Paye. We're just going to keep upgrading that power moves. We really want to see if we can develop him into a better passer. Out of his, second year, he's doing fine. If we can look at his goals. So he has 5 sacks in a season is his goal. I think he only has 1 this year. I know he had 1 in the playoffs. But we're going to advance this week. We're now 5-2. Next week we do have a very big game though against the Dallas Cowboys. A very good offense. They are 4-3. We still have that 2-game lead over everyone else in the South. However, we also have to think this is going to be a huge game for potentially, kind of gauging where we are. This is a high-powered offense. We have the new corner. So I'm going to, be really interested to see where we can go from here. But with that said, I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. A huge episode. Peace out.